Welcome, everybody, to the Beauty Vault. I'm here with Tiffany Adison Menzione. Thank you so much for being here. You are our current cover girl on the Glamlink edit.
Thank you.
I'm always fascinated. You know, you are one of the top makeup artists here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm always fascinated about people's journeys. And I know that you are relatively new here. You've only been here for about 3 years. So coming as an Italian girl from Chicago, you made it all the way out to Vegas.
Yeah.
You get out here and you don't know anyone and you don't have any clientele. So tell me, how did you land here and how did you start getting your foot on the ground when you knew no one?
So I came here, my boyfriend and I were dating and he lived here. We were doing long distance and he said, why don't you move to Vegas? And I was like, oh my gosh, I have no clients there. What am I going to do? But what's the worst that can happen, right? So I came out here and Drew told me, you know, it's the wedding capital of the world, so I'm sure you can get clients. And he was right.
We've all seen Friends with Ross and Rachel getting married here in Vegas.
Yeah. So I came out here. I started reaching out to different hairstylists and makeup artists on Instagram. There was a magazine out at the time that had top makeup artists in the area. Mm-hmm. So I just started reaching out to them and seeing if anyone needed an assistant or help or wanted to have me come along. And no one really answered, but a few people did. And those people I'm very thankful for and still work with. And that's kind of what helped me with everything here.
You know, I'm an advanced esthetician and I too moved to Las Vegas and didn't have any clientele and I didn't know anyone, but I started working at a medical spa as soon as I got here. So I would imagine that as a makeup artist and you have no connections out here, it's a very different thing. So you have to really be a hustler. And within those 3 years of you being here, you have made a name for yourself, and you have done some incredible things with your career.
Thank you.
One of the things that you've done is you have established yourself as one of the makeup artists for our Las Vegas Raiderettes, which is amazing. I've given facials to some of those girls.
They're the best,
absolutely stunning.
Yes.
Yeah. They make our job very easy.
Very.
But when you're brand new here and you get into something like that, once you start working for the Raiderettes, was that your first big gig here in Las Vegas?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that kind of what catapulted everything else.
Yeah.
That was just, it's been a dream job.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of stuff that's here, like I said, is weddings. So I didn't even really know that doing production and Raiderettes and everything else was even possible until it was.
Yeah. It must be kind of chaos, right? Game day, getting all those girls. Because there's what do they have, 33
There's usually, there's 4 lines and there's usually 8 girls per line. So 8, 16, 32, 34.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's got to be a big scene going on in there.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy on game day. We usually have like 20, 25 minutes a girl. So
which is not a lot of time.
No, it's not.
It is not a lot of time.
But luckily they're all so beautiful.
There's
not really much to do. But they come in by line. So like if somebody's doing game day, if they're outside, they'll be one of the first ones in. And so that makes it a little bit easier. But it is certainly a whirlwind of a day.
Yeah. Going back to what you said in regards to, you move out here, you don't know anyone. The Glamlink app was not invented at that time. So you are really having to rely on social media to weed through so many profiles to find people that you might be interested in working with. And I find it so interesting that you had the thought to align yourself with hairdressers. So maybe you could join them on their jobs to do their makeup. Did that strategy work for you?
It did. And that is how I started getting more jobs, just because I figured if they're doing hair, they're going to need someone to do makeup, because not all of them do hair and makeup. But to have something like Glamlink would have been so much easier if I could have just went to one place and found everyone there and just did all the networking there. Because again, on Instagram too, you know, when you're messaging people, if you're not following each other, it goes to like some other folder. So maybe that's why I have people didn't answer me.
I got all kinds of messages in that folder.
Oh, I bet you do.
Spam folder. All kinds of messages.
So yeah, it would be much easier if there was just one place to go do everything.
Well, I have worked with you. You have been present on some amazing photo shoots that I've done. I can attest to your work.
Thank you.
You do amazing work, which I'm sure helps build your brand quickly, and part of what made you so successful so quickly, because you are so good at what you do.
Thank you.
I'm wondering though, has there ever been a situation where you're doing makeup on someone and they were so difficult and they just hated it?
Oh, well, there's been one or two. Luckily, I've had really wonderful clients. And so I haven't had a ton of those, but there have been some very challenging people to work with. And sometimes those people you're just never going to make happy. It doesn't matter what you do. And they're just already in a mood before they come in and see you.
Well, and how do you navigate that? Because it's your job to make people feel pretty, right?
Yeah. You know what? I did. I had one mother of the bride who was just very crabby. And just to break the ice, I was like, you know what? I think I have the perfect palette for you. And she was like, oh yeah. And so I picked up this like neon palette, and she was just started laughing. And I was like, I'm just kidding. I'm not putting this on you. But it like helped her come down a little bit, because again, with brides, it's stressful. You know, everyone's up in arms, but yeah, I just try to be nice to everybody. And usually if I just talk to them, sometimes you could talk them down. But like I said, some people you just can't make happy.
Yeah. And doing bridal makeup day of is a big responsibility. And I'm sure you feel that pressure.
Oh yeah. I feel like back in Chicago, it's a little bit different because there's all parties there. It's big bridal parties. Well, here, a lot of people are eloping, or it's one or two people. So the people here are a little bit less stressed out. But there's still some very crabby brides and mothers of the bride.
Before you do bridal makeup, a bridal party, do you give advice to the bride and to the people who are going to be in the wedding on what they can do for their skin in order to best prep their skin for the makeup that you are going to do?
Well, I usually tell them hydrate. And if you can, do some sort of dermaplaning.
Dermaplaning.
Yeah. Don't do it. With dermaplaning, I guess that you could do a few days before. If you're going to do a facial, do it maybe a few weeks before, just so if you have any breakouts or you're not used to it, that's okay. But hydration and moisturizing is the biggest thing, especially out here in Vegas, because it's just so dry and people's skin is like crocodiles.
Yeah. I agree. I think that dermaplaning before you're going to do makeup like that is huge.
You could tell a big difference too, because again, you're kind of just getting that fuzz off the face, but it makes it such a smooth canvas. It's night and day, the difference dermaplaning makes.
Yes, it
does. And I have a great person who does it for me.
You do?
Yeah, I'm looking right at her.
So is there products that you recommend? What are the best products you think?
Am I allowed to say your quench skin?
You can say my quench skin. I wasn't trying to walk you
I
into it.
I know. This is not a paid advertisement. I use that every single day.
Quench is it's a hyaluronic acid serum.
Yeah. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
But I also like the Embryolisse. I feel like that is very moisturizing, especially for people out here. And I had accidentally ordered the light one. I usually use the regular one, and I wasn't paying attention on Amazon. And ordered that one and I was like, oh, it's actually a lot better because it's not as thick. So sometimes when people have a little bit oilier skin, that Embryolisse, the regular one, is just a little too much. And this one's been perfect on all my clients. But again, moisturizing and drinking water and maybe not like going in the pool. I told you that story.
Yeah.
And keeping your skin fresh.
Yeah.
And obviously we're out here in Vegas too, so everyone's going out and drinking. But the night before, if you can maybe get a few hours of sleep, that's probably good.
So here we are. You moved to Las Vegas. You know no one. You quickly build a clientele base because you are really good at what you do. Then you become one of the official makeup artists for the Raiderettes. Things are starting to really snowball. At what point do you stop and think, wow, I've really kind of made a name for myself here in Vegas? What was that turning point for you?
Well, I think there were two. One was when I did the Super Bowl. And
that's fair.
Yeah, just also a full circle moment coming from working in sports and being on that other end. That was just kind of crazy. And then I think when I got to do some photo shoots with you and see your picture on magazines, I was like, wow, this is cool.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. I'm sure it's a great career path when you're getting into the beauty industry to be a makeup artist, to do photo shoots for all of, all these different people. You used to work in the sports industry. So then how do you go from working in that industry to then coming over and working in this industry?
Yeah, I don't think anybody understood what I was doing. And some still might not, but that's okay. I've always loved makeup. It's always been a passion of mine. And when I was working on two of the shows, I worked for Rich Eisen and Dan Patrick, I'd sit in the green room with our makeup artist and think she was just so cool. But I never thought that I could do that. And then I decided one day, you know what, I need to do something that makes me happy. That working in corporate was fun, but I wanted to do something that really made me happy. And so then I started doing makeup, and I started back at a salon in Hinsdale. My dad's friend actually was one of the owners, and he said, why don't you come on in? We'll start you being like a receptionist, and then you can watch everybody and learn. And they ended up making a little makeup part of the salon that I got to start doing. And then that it all just kind of snowballed from there.
Is there a makeup artist who you like to watch who really inspires you? I know me, for example, I love Painted by Spencer.
Oh, yeah.
I think
great.
He's so amazing.
And he's so sweet. Like his voice is so calming.
Yeah. And his work is stunning, and he makes everything look so easy. Who's that person for you?
So there is someone called Vanity Makeup. I love watching her. And then this is kind of weird too, because she's not really a makeup artist, but Alex Earle. I love Alex Earle. She's an influencer, but she does really good makeup.
She does really good makeup.
Yeah.
What is the most common request that you get in the makeup chair? Because I know what I ask you to do on me all the time.
Lately, it's been a glowy look. Like that Charlotte Tilbury kind of pinkish, glittery, I hate saying glitter because some people think like disco ball, but like that shimmery, nice, soft look.
As an advanced esthetician, I see all kinds of skincare concerns. Something that I find very common is a lot of people react to primer.
Yeah, I actually don't really think primer is necessary. If you're taking care of your skin and prepping it correctly, you really don't need to use that. And like I said, that Embryolisse that I use that as a primer. I don't really prime any of my clients. And then you just have to make sure you set it.
Right. And what do you love? What setting spray do you love?
Oh, I use like 12 of them. I like the D'Alba one. I usually start with that, and then I go to Urban Decay All Nighter, and then I'll usually use the Kryolan for the last spray, but that one's always sold out. So I have found that the L'Oreal one, that it's in a little red bottle. I'm pretty sure it's just hairspray, but it's not marketed as such. But I use that.
I think we've had that conversation before.
I'm almost positive that it's hairspray.
Yeah.
But in the old days, that's how they used to set their face before setting sprays and fixing sprays came out. They'd use hairspray.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure they went back to that.
Yeah. I think that you have such great taste.
Oh, thank you.
One of the things that I always notice about you whenever you come over to do my makeup or whenever I see you, you always have the best lips.
Oh, thank you.
And every time I go, what are you wearing today? Because it's always something different. What's your absolute favorite lip gloss color?
Well, this week,
Right.
it's Buxom. I love Buxom. I love all their products. They have, I think it's like a lingerie lip in some lavender color. Like if you looked at the color, you would not think that it would turn the color that it does, especially because it's called lavender. But there's also the Sunday Riley. No, sorry. It's the Friday one. I can't remember what it's called. But anything that's pink, I've never met a gloss I didn't like.
And you've never met a brush you didn't like.
That's right.
I put that in your article. We just had you featured in the Glamlink edit,
Yes,
which
thank you. What an honor.
Oh, thank you. Which is our online digital beauty magazine. We are in direct affiliation with the Glamlink app. And it's, we're building our database right now for beauty experts like yourself so that users can come on and find people in their area. One of the things that I've discussed recently, because I write a column for the Glamlink edit, is the Pamela Anderson effect. We have Pamela Anderson, who was one of the most beautiful women in the world in her prime. What was it? Maybe 30 years ago?
Oh, it seems like just yesterday.
Right, doesn't it? Yeah, I agree. And now she is in her late 50s and she's showing up to these events with next to no makeup on. Are you seeing a trend with women who are maybe coming to you for makeup and asking you for a little lighter look, a little more natural look?
Yeah, it's definitely not like it was in 2016 when we had the brows and the baking and everything. Everybody now wants a much lighter, much more skin-like look, not so quote unquote made up.
Right.
Everything's more natural.
And don't you think that the foundation of all of that is to have great skin?
Oh, for sure, because your makeup's only going to look as good as your skin looks.
That's right.
And when I see some people come in that show me these pictures and then I look at them and
make me look like Kim Kardashian if you can.
Oh, I get a lot of those.
Yeah.
But it's, if you're not taking care of your skin, your makeup's not going to look good. It doesn't matter who's doing your makeup.
Yeah.
And yes, it will look a little bit better because we prep your skin and we know what to do.
You guys have tricks.
Right. But I mean, if you could just do one thing, it's moisturize every day.
Yeah. Hydrate, moisturize.
Yes. I mean, that's literally the biggest thing. And sorry.
Okay.
I feel like growing up, I never really not took care of my skin because now it's different. I mean, now you have TikTok and you have Instagram and all these like little girls are at Sephora now. And when we were growing up, it was, Walgreens or CVS. But I never really understood hydration and moisturizing. And then I think once I got into like my 30s is when I really realized, and when I started doing makeup, like skin is what's going to keep you youthful and looking good.
That's right. What would be your biggest recommendation what not to do with makeup?
I have a lot.
Top 3. What mistakes do you see people making?
Well, just because you see something on the internet or on TikTok or on Instagram, it doesn't mean it's going to look good on you.
Yeah. It doesn't mean it works at all.
And the other thing is, there's so much Photoshop going on now too. Like, again, I have a lot of people show me these pictures that are like AI.
Right.
And that's just not obtainable. It's just not real.
Yeah.
They don't even look like that. So like, you're not going to look like that. And I could make you look like that if I take a picture and then do all this stuff to you. But I think having realistic expectations, and again, if you're someone who's blonde and you're showing a picture of Kim Kardashian from 2016 when she's dark haired, you're not going to look the same there's different skin tones. You have to have realistic expectations. We're makeup artists. We're not plastic surgeons. We can kind of be magicians, but having realistic expectations. And again, taking care of your skin. If you're not taking care of your skin, your makeup's not going to look good. It's not. And I feel like sometimes people use a little too much powder. You don't necessarily need to have powder.
Yeah.
Oh, I could go on and on.
I tell my clients, I say, listen, powder is a young girl's game. And by young girl, I mean early 20s and under. Because once you get to 25, your skin really does start changing.
Yep.
Powder is not it.
Yeah.
If we're going to do a photo shoot or we're going to go on TV or something like this.
Yeah.
But day to day.
Yeah.
I think avoiding powder at all costs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too, like that baking trend, which is not as popular right now, but was for a while. I just don't get it. And now they have like these sprays, these setting sprays. One Size has one, which I do enjoy, but they, if you go on TikTok, their whole face will be full of powder and then they spray this thing and then it all melts away. And I tried that once and it doesn't work.
No.
Unless you spray the whole bottle.
What is your little secret weapon in your makeup bag?
That's a good question. Well, I'm a big person on highlight. I like everything that's dewy, and I feel like that really helps make everything shine. I know not everybody's a highlight person, but I think
you got me hooked on that cookie.
Oh my God, yeah, that's the best. That's my favorite.
So good.
I don't go a day without it.
You've given me some really good little. So you like highlighter?
Yeah.
Highlighter is your thing.
Yeah.
What's your favorite mascara?
You know what? So I feel like with mascara, you can really use any mascara you like. It's really the wand. So if you find a wand that you like, you can put that in any mascara. But I still use the Maybelline, that one in the pink tube.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? That's what my mother used.
I know, it's an oldie but goodie.
Really? But meanwhile, I'm spending $50-something on Chanel.
If you like the Chanel, keep the brush.
I do.
And
keep the brush.
Yeah, and then just use a different mascara.
What does Maybelline go for these days?
Like $9-10.
Really?
Oh go to Ulta, you get the $3.50 off.
Okay. Where is your favorite place to shop for makeup?
Oh, golly. So now that they have like the in-store pickup or the curbside pickup, I've been doing a lot of that and it's saved me a lot of money because I cannot walk into Sephora or Ulta and not spend a good $1,000,000. My little cousin Ella came with me once and I was like, we're just coming in for like a lip gloss. And I think we left with like a CVS receipt list of things. But I love Sephora, Ulta, MAC, Blue Mercury. I don't think I've ever seen a makeup store I didn't like.
You're so funny. Tell me about the day that you got the call to do the Super Bowl, because that's huge. That is huge for a makeup artist.
Yeah, I actually didn't know if it was going to happen or not. And then it was just a few days before. And they said, are you available? And I said, well, I am now. And that's how that all happened. So it was the Super Bowl out here with the 49ers with the Gold Rush. And they were all really great girls. So now they're my second favorite team.
They are. They're such, well, and I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. So
go Niners.
I know. Yeah. Well, the Raiders are Oakland.
Yeah, Oakland.
As well. Now they're here.
Yeah.
We're getting all the Oakland teams. No, we just inherited the A's.
I know. That's going to be interesting.
That's going to be interesting for people.
We'll see if they have dancers.
Right?
I don't know if baseball
I don't think
has.
so. Well,
it's Vegas. So. You never know.
Yeah. So you've got, I think, 11,000 followers on Instagram. So I would think that a lot of people are reaching out to you. On Instagram, looking for a makeup artist.
And now I know to check that folder where I know those other makeup artists did it.
Right. How often do you book through Instagram?
It's really weird. It must be something with the algorithm because I will find a whole bunch of people messaging me and inquiring on my services. And it'll be a whole bunch of people for like a few weeks and then it will drop off. And then I don't know if it's something I post or something that gets reposted, but then it will just start up again. But I have gotten quite a few brides and actually some convention and production work too off of that. So got to figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah. Do you find that it's pretty competitive in this town?
Yes, but there is enough work to go around for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's one of the things that everybody, for the most part, that I've met here has been very kind and very helpful. But there's really no reason to be catty or competitive out here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's obviously good to have a competitive spirit, but there's enough work here for everybody. There's people getting married here every single day. There's pool parties. There's concerts. There's something every single day that people need makeup for, and one person can't do it all. So it's fine to share the love. Even when I'm busy, sometimes there's other makeup artists I've made friends with that I trust, and I will give people their names. I want to see other people win too.
I definitely feel like there's a high demand for makeup artists here. I mean, I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area, and we weren't always getting our makeup professionally done to go out to a club. And I think that people are doing that more so here.
Oh, for sure.
And there's so many events here.
Yep.
Yeah, there's so many events. And one of the things that I think that's so amazing about Glamlink is that it really, everything is condensed down to, you can really search up very specific things with Glamlink. So when you are promoting yourself on Instagram, what's the best way to promote yourself on Instagram as a makeup artist?
I feel like lately it's just been using like those keywords that people like, the soft glam or Vegas makeup artist or things such as that. That people are hopefully looking up. And I told you before too, I've had a lot of clients from England and Australia, and
here.
And I'm obviously not in England or Australia. So I asked them how they found me, and they said that there's some list of makeup artists, and I was on the list.
Nice.
And I would like to know if anybody knows the list. If you could please send me the list, I'd like to see the list. But I think it's just using keywords too. But with Instagram, you have a different clientele that's coming. It just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a younger generation. Like with more of my older brides, I guess a lot of that comes more word of mouth, but like TikTok, that's a whole other group of people, if that makes sense.
Right now, you're working for yourself as an independent contractor. Do you have plans to expand your business?
I would love to. I see all these agencies out here, which are great. I don't know if I necessarily want to do that, but I've made such a great network of girls that are so talented. It would be cool to see where we could take that as a team. Again, a lot of my stuff was bridal, but now I'm starting to go out into production and commercial and all these other things I didn't even know were possible. So I feel like it just keeps growing.
What was your most memorable experience on being on the job?
Oh boy. Well, I think when I was at the QVC top 50, like Patti LaBelle and Donna Kelsey and everybody was there. And that was just kind of, it's crazy sometimes, especially being in the back. That was nuts.
Tell me more about this, about the
QVC top 50. They did it last year. We did it at not the Speedway, but where the F1 was, the headquarters. And it was the top 50 influencers, I think, for QVC, over 50.
I see.
So it was like Martha Stewart and Patti LaBelle and Billie Jean King. I'm trying to remember who else was there. A whole slew of people.
I'll have people come into my spa and maybe they need quite a bit of work. But I can get a lot done in an hour. And when I'm done, sometimes I look at them and just think, wow, I'm so good at this. Do you have those experiences where you finish somebody's makeup and you just go, my gosh, they look so gorgeous?
Yeah. So when I do people's makeup, always take a before and an after. Although sometimes I forget the before and sometimes I forget the after. Yeah. But for the most part, I like to try and get the before and after. And on my page, I used to post a bunch of those because there's sometimes, and people don't even know what they can look like. Obviously, everyone's beautiful in their own right. But like there are some people that come in and you're like, oh dear. And then you start doing their makeup and you're like, oh, wait, hold on. I see where this is going. And there's even a bride I had yesterday. Actually, she was my first bride of the new year, on New Year's Day. And as soon as I had shown her the mirror, she's like, oh my God, I look 20 years younger. And I was like, I know, you look beautiful. But she's another client that she's like, I'd never wear makeup because I don't know what to do. And I don't know what to wear. And I'm just walking around and I have nothing, no one to impress, but you should still do it.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that a lot. Even in terms of skincare, people say that they walk into Sephora and they feel completely overwhelmed. When it comes to makeup, they didn't grow up. I grew up doing makeup. I had a mother who loved makeup.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
So that helps.
I was asking her to put blush and lip gloss on me is my earliest memories.
Yeah.
That's how I developed my love for makeup. But not everyone has that. So what are your recommendations for people who they want to start getting into makeup, but they're not really sure where to start? What's a good place to start?
I would say like a good skin tint could really...
I like Ilias.
Yeah.
But the thing about Ilias is that it's so dewy.
Yeah, sometimes they're a little too dewy.
Not everybody can. I like a good dewy skin tint. Yeah. Not everyone can handle that. And I find oftentimes people who maybe suffered from acne or have had oily skin in the past, they associate that dewy look with oil, which I completely disagree.
I agree too.
I think that they look completely different. But it's an adjustment for their eyes. So let's say for somebody who maybe had oily skin at one time, they don't want a dewy look. What would be your recommendation? Where should they start?
Skincare.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, taking care of their skin is where they should.
Okay, so how about this? So for the people who don't like to wear a lot of makeup, or people who don't like to wear any makeup, a tinted SPF. Yeah. I think Alastin makes a really good tinted SPF.
I love theirs. Yeah, I mean, and I feel like the tinted SPF is kind of like a skin tint. Some are just as have just as much coverage. But yeah, I love a tinted SPF.
Okay, so again, you are our current cover girl on the Glamlink edit. I've also done magazines myself. Do you feel that doing covers like that is a good way to help build your brand?
Oh, for sure. It gets you out there.
Yeah.
There's really no way, or not a bad way to build your brand unless you're taking other people down.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah.
So when it comes to building your brand and you're building your brand on social media, in your mind, what are the best strategies?
I think having your own style, you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. See what works for you and continue doing that. Like, that sounds stupid, but if you figure out where your niche is, whatever it is, you can take it from there, because you don't want to look like everybody else. And I think that's like there's a girl, Selena, that I follow. And I love her. She's like catapulted in the last few years, but she has like her own look. She does this angel look. And a lot of people have started gravitating towards that. But like, once you find your own style and your own look, stick with that. Don't try to make the masses happy.
What is your favorite look? Because I know for me, I love a smoky eye and I love a soft lip. What's your favorite look?
So I love that Pamela Anderson look. That's always been my favorite.
Or her old look.
Yeah, her old look. I'm sorry, I should say that. The Baywatch look.
The Baywatch look, yeah. She was amazing.
And if anybody's wondering, the lip that she used there was Spice lip liner from MAC with Myth lipstick and the clear gloss.
I have to say that, I was a model in the 90s and in the early 2000s. Everybody used Spice.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize. Was she the one who started the Spice trend?
I don't know if she started it, but that is what she wore. But they've kind of reformulated now, so it's not really, it's a little bit redder than brown.
I've noticed that.
Yeah. MAC likes to reformulate. Every time they come out with something good, they reformulate it.
Yes. What's your absolute favorite product?
Oh. Well, besides the cookie highlighter.
Yes.
Oh, heavens. Lately, I've been liking a good contour stick. Oh, wait, no. I do have this one from MAC that has been discontinued, but I still scrape out what I can. That was my favorite. I'm trying to find a new one. So if anybody knows a really good contour stick that is buttery and goes on smooth, let me know.
Makeup by Mario on the phone, please. We need to call him.
Yeah. So I got one of his little contour sticks, and I got the wrong color. That's my fault. I asked ChatGPT to help me, and it's
Lord.
Yeah. You know what? ChatGPT has done some good things for me, but it really steered me the wrong way. And again, because I like to do the like curbside pickup and everything and not go in, otherwise I'll buy the whole store. Yeah. I put like what color would be most similar, and it gave me a very, very dark color. But I could tell by the way I blended it, it would be good. I just need to go get the color that is correct.
Okay, so I think we've learned, don't ask ChatGPT for makeup advice. Yeah. We'll just avoid that. But in terms of, you've been here for 3 years. You've continued to build your brand. You have done the Super Bowl. You've done all kinds of weddings, photo shoots that I've been a part of, magazines. Where do you see yourself going from here? What would be the next step? I mean, it's hard to beat the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was pretty tough.
What would be your dream job?
Well, I feel like going to New York Fashion Week would be so cool.
Yeah, I think so.
And then doing more production. I just got to work on a commercial for Durango, which was pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah. So there's just so much stuff out there that I didn't even realize was possible. But I'd love to get more into like editorial and production work.
Who's your dream face to work on? If you could work on anyone.
Well, it used to be Christina Aguilera.
Okay.
Gosh, I don't know. Maybe Alex Earl.
I don't know Alex
She's
Earl.
a influencer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She would be the one?
Yeah.
She would be the one to work on. Yeah. So my friend's niece is just getting started off in this industry. What would be your best tip for her?
I have a few.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
I think one is reaching out and trying to help whoever you can, assisting.
Collaborating.
Yeah, collaborating. A lot of work might be at no charge or free, but to get that to start building up your portfolio, it's fine. I mean, don't say no to a job. And that's kind of what I try to do. Obviously, if you have a bad feeling about it, then you say no. But anything that comes your way, say yes to it and try to network as much as you can. And again, find where you fit in. Not everybody has the same style. Not everybody's going to like your makeup. But figure out what you do and what you do good and stick with that.
And I'm sure you've been in situations where there's a lot going on and it's high stress, and maybe there's people around that are causing an energy. How do you navigate through that?
Sometimes you just have to block them out. It is funny, like sometimes when I'm working with somebody who does hair, especially girls that I become friends with, we'll just like look at each other and just, but
you don't even have to say it, right?
Yeah,
you guys
you just know.
You just know what you're thinking.
But I feel like at this point I can just block people out. I don't know if it's because I come from a big Italian family that I can.
That's helpful.
Yeah, I just don't even pay attention. It does make me feel bad though when the talent is in the chair or the bride's in the chair and you could tell that they're starting to pick up on that energy, but then you just have to steer the conversation.
You got some crazy mother-in-law who's not happy that this is going down.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just find a way to work through that.
Yeah, or you just start talking. I feel like I could talk to a wall. So I just try to start talking to them about something that will get their mind off of it.
Yeah. And I think, some of these photo shoots that we've done, we've had great fun.
Oh, yeah.
We've had a lot of fun on the shoots. I think that it is a really good profession, and it can be very lucrative.
Oh, for sure.
Now, something that I hear regularly, because I know a lot of makeup artists here in this town, is that there's always a slow season.
Yes.
And when is that slow season typically?
Oh, we're hitting it now in January. So I feel like January, February gets kind of slow. And then March, April, May, it goes back up. And then as the summer comes, because it's so hot out here, it slows down. And then like September, October, November.
Wedding season.
Yes. And December last year was so slow. This year, it was busier than November and October. It was so crazy. I don't know what was going on. But this year, December was very busy. And usually that's when it starts to go back down.
So how do you navigate through that?
Oh, you just got to drink a lot of Alani's and
stop ordering DoorDash so much.
Yeah. I'm not good at saying no to people, so I say yes to every job.
Yeah.
And at some point, you do have to kind of take yourself into consideration because you'll be running around all day, which is another thing that I had a little bit of a hard time getting used to when I came here from Chicago. In Chicago, everybody's kind of in one place. Like you're doing big wedding parties. Everything's in one place. And here, I'm running to like 15 different hotels in one day, packing up, setting up, taking it down. And so that sometimes can be a little stressful. And learning time management because the traffic here can be a little bit bad too.
Oh, yeah.
But you just, I don't know. You know what? I think too, every day's not like this. So you know what? Tomorrow you can sleep, hopefully. And if not tomorrow, you do it the next day.
What's one of the craziest experiences that you've had where you've left the job going, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I just went through that. I've had those days myself as an esthetician in the spa where you work on someone and you walk out. By the way, to all of my clients, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about one person who came in who I never saw again. But I'm saying, when you are there and you are on the job and you just think, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through? Did you have a day like that you could share with us?
Yeah, I have a few of those days. There was one, and it was a wedding, and I don't know if they thought we were on toddlers and tiaras, but they had us putting extensions in this little 3-year-old's hair. And they were Italian, so I guess I get it because I'm Italian, but they were just yelling and swearing at each other and they were so mean to each other. And again, me and the girl who was doing hair at the time, we were just looking at each other like, are we being punked right now?
Right.
Like, this has got to be a joke.
Right.
But we just smile and laugh